Hello YouTube, welcome to my chit chat watch me craft session. Today I'm going to be crafting a varsity jacket that I got from Fashion Nova. I got it like a few months back. I want to say the beginning of the year of 2023, and I'm finally going to be uploading how I crafted the jacket. Right now I'm showing you guys how it looked before the rhinestones. Some of the materials that I used was Gem-Tac glue, glass rhinestones, and the other materials, like as far as like the type of picking tools. Oh, this is how it looks like. This is the final look of the jacket. It looks very gorgeous. It's even prettier in person. But anyways, as far as like the picking tools and the trays that I use, I list where I got everything below in the description bar. So right now I'm just showing you guys how it looked like when I finally completed the jacket. It's very heavy, I will say that. And the crazy thing is I live in Miami, so it's hot, so I will barely wear it. But it was fun to make though. So right here you see me set it up, everything. I put the jacket under a cardboard box. I flattened the cardboard box and I just put the jacket over it so that way the glue doesn't stick to anything. All right, so right now I'm showing you the materials. That was the Gem-Tac. This is the glass rhinestones. There's no particular brand that I use. You could get this from Amazon. You could get this from anywhere. But I like Amazon, but I prefer AliExpress because it's cheaper by the pound. But Amazon is much easier to use if you guys are trying to find rhinestones quickly. And right now I'm just kind of grabbing some other supplies. While I'm grabbing other supplies, I can also go into what I plan on talking about in this video. So with Chit Chat Watch Me Craft, I want to talk more than just the crafting aspect. I also want to talk about what's going on with my Etsy store, what's going on in the crafting world, what's going on in my life. By the way, I own Bling for the Bougie Etsy store. I'm currently, it's inactive because I'm on vacation from the store because I'm kind of rebranding, remaking things. Oh, this is me showing you the Gem-Tac. I put it in a, what do you call those? A precision bottle. So that's what I was just showing. And right now I'm just grabbing supplies. But anyways, let me get back to what I was saying. For Bling for the Bougie, it's currently closed right now, but it will be opening probably in the middle summertime. Right now I am looking for a bigger place to move into so that way I'll have more room for my crafts. So let's get into it. So I really wanted to talk about Etsy, and for those people who are interested in opening an Etsy store. A lot of people are thinking that Etsy is dead. I can't sell anything, but that's not the case. I made a lot of money doing things on Etsy, and I love Etsy. So I'm kind of gonna go down the list of few things that you can do to open an Etsy store if you're thinking about it. And I know there's a lot of people that don't know what to even sell on Etsy. And I'm also going to kind of talk you through some of the stuff that I'm currently working on. As you can see, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, what in the world? I probably must be like checking something. I probably was like pouring something. I don't know. But as you can see, there's nothing going on right now. But this is why I'm doing the voiceover so I can talk you guys through it. Okay, so I guess right now, what am I doing? I'm figuring out how to glue the edges. Well, anyways, let me move on. Okay, so the current status of Bling for the Bougie. Bling for the Bougie is my Etsy store once again, and I'm currently working on making my own website. And so right now, everything is closed. We'll be opening really soon in the summer of 2024. I feel sorry for my customers because I kept on saying, oh, I'm going to open November 2023. Oh, I'm going to open December 2023, and I never open it. Well, now I'm pushing it even further because I really need a new space. All right, so I think the number one question that people that want to sell on Etsy is, is Etsy dead and can you still make money from it? Yes, yes, yes. I think the biggest issue that people run into is they're not the people that aren't they are selling, and they don't see any income coming in, or their income is not what it used to look like. I say the biggest thing I've noticed with Etsy is if you don't have anything to sell that people are interested in, you will not make money. I don't care how much I don't care how much your ideas were you thought you were going to put into the business and you thinking that you're going to do good. If you're not doing the research and figuring out if people are interested in your product, you're not going to make money. It could have been something as popular as making those resin letter keychains. I remember those were hot, and now they're not really hot because everyone has access to making those type of stuff. So I would be mindful when it comes to starting your Etsy page. Do not make something that everyone can make. That's why I've made good money from making Etsy, because in my Etsy shop, I sell Bling Vaseline, actual Bling Vaseline, those Vaseline jars that are like blinged out. That's what I make. I make Bling tumblers, which I won't be baking anymore. I make Bling stethoscopes, almost anything Bling, keychain, Bling keychain, and some other things of that nature. I can't think about it at the top of my head, but yeah. But anyways, let's go back to the subject. Is Etsy dead and can you still make money? Yes. It's not too late to join. I would say one of the biggest things in Etsy, you have to know what you want to sell, and what you're selling has to be something that people want. You got to understand too, I think people think because we're in a recession that they can't sell stuff. Let me tell you one thing. People will spend money regardless of whether you have money or not. Just because one person's going through recession does not mean the other person is going through recession. And also too, making your item available worldwide, where you can ship worldwide, will give you more income. Don't listen to people that says, "Oh, I can't make money off of Etsy." They're not making money because their customers are no longer interested of what they're selling. You have to do your research. I know you're thinking, well, what can I sell? You have to do your research. What are people interested in? And that takes time. You have to figure out if you even like making the item that you're selling on Etsy, because you don't want to get into a situation where you hate making the item, yet people are like begging you to make more. All right. See, in the video, I still have not started yet. Well, I think I did, but I started like way in the bottom, and you guys can't really see it, which is a bummer. But I will be switching angles real soon, so bear with me. This is my first YouTube video. It's not my first, but it's one of the first longest YouTube videos. Anyways, back to Etsy. Okay, so I know you're thinking, well, what do you recommend selling? Okay, first and foremost, what's trending? Sometimes trending items don't last long when you're selling them, but this is why you have to sell a variety of items. Don't only make one item. Make a variety of items that you're good at. And also, too, if you're going to make something from scratch, do not start selling the first thing that you made. Practice making that item a few times, Give it as gifts for family members. Don't make your family member buy anything from you. Give it as gifts. That's what I did to my family members. I made some keychains, and I just gifted to them. And they liked it. But practice making that item. And I know you're thinking, well, what can I make? Some of the stuff that I've researched that I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had the time and the patience to do. You can make you can go into like the bling bling business. When I say bling bling, I mean like rhinestone business, by like rhinestoning things. Like I've seen people rhinestone shoes. I've seen people rhinestone t-shirts. You can rhinestone tumblers. You can rhinestone as many things as you like. I've gone into this business, and let me tell you, you make good money. You just have to find your audience. In whatever you make, that's one thing that I forgot to mention. In whatever you make, find your audience, because you're always, just like how Beyonce have her fans, you're going to have people that are your fans, basically, or a fan of your product. Because just like there's people into music, well, there's people that's into rhinestones, there's people that's into doing nails. You can sell like nail supplies. You can sell like not necessarily makeup, but you can sell makeup supplies. You could sell like brushes, or like makeup things to hold makeup, and you can bling those out. You can sell like one idea. I can tell you one idea I was thinking about doing. You can sell what do you call those? Those travel bags. Like you can make like a travel bag kit that has like typical things that people would need when they're going on an airplane, like a beauty kit. You can make money off of that. I see people making money off of that, but you have to be better than your competition. That's one thing. All right, that's so we're done with that one. I was mentioning. So research the project that you want to get into, and find out whether people are interested. And then as far as like products that I would recommend, one of the biggest selling things is selling craft supplies, selling rhinestone supplies, selling nail supplies. Even on Etsy, nail supplies are really good. All right. Another thing, when you're starting out your Etsy, you need to create things that are hard to make for other people. Like, it needs to be easy for you to make, but it has to be hard for your competitors to duplicate. If you make something that's very easy to make, you're not going to be able to sell. But if you make stuff that's hard to make and people are like, how does she do it? You need to make that. And that's another thing when it comes to researching. When you're researching, figure out how to make it and if it's easy to make. If it's too easy to make, don't go into it. But if it's hard to make, like it's hard to find the supplies, it's hard to, you know, it's hard to find the supplies, number one. It's hard for you to make, like you have to be like very intricate and very detailed, very like, it takes time. Those are the type of projects that makes the most money, believe it or not. That's why I'm in the rhinestone business. Now, I'm not telling you to go into the rhinestone business. I'm just saying this is what worked for me. Okay. The second thing I would recommend is crocheting clothes. Not just crocheting sweaters or scarves. I'm talking about going to the next level and crocheting like bikini tops, bikini sets. I've seen girls make like blouses out of crochets, really gorgeous items. And they're expensive. They'll charge like, I want to say $80 to $90 per item. So you can only imagine if you're able to be quick with crochet, you can make a lot of money with that. All right. So the next thing with Etsy, I want to talk about the issues with Etsy, because even though you could make good money off of Etsy, it's not the type of money that, you know, when you first getting started, it's not the type of money that's going to be like, oh my gosh, I can buy a condo in Miami. It's the type of money that I would make is like grocery monies, gas monies. When you're first starting out, you're not going to make a lot of money. So, and you have to be patient too. I'm sorry, but like social media, like I know people say, oh, post your items on social media. That kind of works. It depends on how big your following is. If you have a Instagram or TikTok with your friends in it, I would suggest to create a whole different new TikTok or Instagram page just for your business, because you do not want to sell to your family. Don't do that. they get annoyed. I know I'll get annoyed if people start selling me stuff that they made from their Etsy page. It's like, I don't care, you know? But if it's like a complete stranger, that's different. Another thing too, like strangers are going to be your best customers. Family are not going to support you. If they do, then that's good. But 9 out of 10, family is not supporting you. Family is just, they're just like looking at you like, oh, okay, she got her little business. You know, don't try to rely on family to support you. If you're young and you're getting started, I would just start from the bottom and work my way up. Like, say, for example, if I was starting a rhinestone business and I was like still in high school, I would start by using Etsy. Not Etsy, I'm sorry. I would use Amazon to get my supplies. But if I could do it over again, if I was in high school, I'd probably go into crocheting because that's a very lucrative market. A very lucrative market because the fans for the people that enjoy crochet, they will spend money. And that's what I like about selling to strangers, because they technically have to find you, and then they'll fall in love with you on Etsy. And because Etsy is like a marketplace to sell your stuff, they come find you. You don't go find them. And that's what I like about Etsy. But there are still some issues with Etsy that I'm still like not 100%. I don't want to be on there for too long. Okay, the first issue that I have with Etsy is there are too many rules and their fees are high. When I say Etsy has rules, they do not want you, laminating stuff from other companies and copying stuff from other companies and posting it on your Etsy shop. For example, if you made like Louis Vuitton bracelets and then you took a picture of it and put it on your shop, they will take it down immediately, and they either may send you a warning or they may shut down your shop. The second thing is the high fees. Etsy will charge you to post your item. Etsy will charge you a transaction fee. And there's one more fee I forgot they charge when someone buys something from you. But I think it's like 3 fees that Etsy charges you when you're on their website, which is annoying. But if you compare it to having your own website, the fees are fairly similar, because if you have your own website, you still have to pay to actually have the website, and then to actually process transactions. You do have to pay that when it comes to picking a provider to process those transactions. So between Etsy and having your own website and you're just getting started, I would probably lean towards more on Etsy. All right, so the second thing, customers are very flaky. Customers can be a little scary, and I say that because let me talk about me. My biggest fear is to give a customer a product and it ends up breaking or the rhinestones end up falling. I do give my customers a little postcard that explains how to take care of the item and how to maximize the length of time that you have the item. But customers can be flaky. You can email them all you want. Sometimes they email you, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you can be like, hi, thank you for ordering. Your order is being shipped off, and you never hear. They say absolutely nothing to you, and it's not because they don't like you or anything. That's just how people are. People are very flaky. So some people, they don't even talk to you. You just ship the item to them and keep it moving. Another thing, sometimes Etsy can shut down your page and they tell you absolutely nothing. And what I've learned throughout the years is as long as you don't have any logos and you're not selling anything weird like pepper spray or anything that can be considered a weapon, or anything that is considered like I know we can't sell hand sanitizer, so Don't sell hand sanitizers. Don't sell items that looks like hand sanitizers or weapons or things of that nature, and they'll pretty much leave you alone. And also don't post any, like, say for example, you have a product that you're selling. Don't post it next to like a brand name. Like, don't post it next to a Coca-Cola bottle or a Louis Vuitton bag. I remember one time I posted my product next to a Louis Vuitton bag. They took my pictures down. They said that I was violating their guidelines, which is dumb. But just remember not to do any of those things. And also, now this is not recommended if you just started your website, but rather this is recommended for someone who, you know, you've been in Etsy for 6 months. You got a little flow going on. You got customers ordering from you. I would say build a second website. When I say second website, I just mean just build your own website. Like, you'll have your Etsy shop, and then you'll have your own company website. And I say this because, if and when Etsy shut down your page, you'll always have a backup. And say, for example, they shut down your page and you're in the middle of shipping items to your customer, you'll still have your customer's email address, so you can still get in contact with them. Be like, hey, Etsy just shut down my page. Don't worry, I'm working on your item right now and I'm shipping it right now. This is my website if you want to contact me for anything. And I've seen people who had hundreds and thousands of sales on Etsy, and Etsy just shuts them down for no reason. They tried calling customer service, and Etsy would not even talk to them. So always have a backup website once you're established on Etsy, so that way you'll have something your customers can go to if Etsy shut down your website. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is what am I going to be doing with my small business? Now, as you can see with my Varsity Jacket that I'm working on, I am not doing this for anyone. This is just for me. This is for basically practicing my skills in rhinestoning. And that's the hardest part when it comes to rhinestoning. You have to find something to practice on. Now, granted, I live in Miami. It is hot. I don't plan on wearing that jacket anytime soon. But if I do travel, I'm definitely bringing that jacket with me. But for now, I made this jacket just to practice rhinestoning. But as far as like Bling for the Bougie, my Etsy shop, I do plan on reopening it. Right now, all of my items are in a storage unit, and I'm currently looking for a new home to move into so I can have an extra spare room. Because right now, where I'm living at, I only have one bedroom to myself with all my items, and it's not working out for me, and it's too small. So currently right now I'm working on buying a home so I can have my own craft room and make as much stuff as I want. I do plan on making more DIY videos. I know this is probably a horrible DIY videos, but this is my channel, and this is called Chit Chat with and Watch Me Craft. And basically everything is pretty much self-explanatory when it comes to watching my videos. It's just me lining up the glue with the edges of objects, and I'm just putting on rhinestones. That's all I'm doing basically. But anywho, I do plan on making more videos. I have right after this video, I do have a video on what do you call it? I made a rhinestone fan that I plan on bringing out at my store. And feel free, if you want to copy what I'm doing, hey, go for it. But I do want to show other people that are looking to make money. I want you to see there is money to make. There is money to be made out here. I don't care if there's a recession, you guys. I don't care if people are saying, "Oh, we're broke. We can't pay our student loans." Blah blah blah. There is always someone richer than you, that makes more money than you, that's always willing to buy products from you as long as they like it. I've noticed that there are some people who are very snobbish, and I used to sell items at craft fairs, and I ran into really cheap people who refuse to pay like my prices. But if I give them a discount, baby, they're taking everything. I'll give you a quick story. One time I was in a craft fair, and this was last year, and it was like a Christmas themed craft fair, and I was selling all my items, and I had these rhinestone makeup brushes, and this lady came by, and well, let me say this: I had a display out for my rhinestone makeup brushes, and they were out on display. And this lady walked by and was like, "Oh wow, that's really pretty." And then she was like, she was looking at me. She's like, "Oh, they're so pretty, blah blah blah." And then she asked me how much they were, and I was like, "Oh, the pack of the makeup brushes is $25." She was like, "Oh, okay," But she was like, "Well, I like these because they're silver," and I was like, oh, "Okay, if you want, I can sell them to you." She was like, everyone's been touching them. It's a display. I'm like, well, yeah, you're right. If you want to, I can sell it for you for $1. It's a display. And she looked at me. She was like, I want all of them. And mind you, I had I want to say I had 5 makeup brushes that were on display. And because I told her it was $1, she said she wanted them all. She said she wanted them all. And I was like, thinking to myself, dang, she is so cheap. Not just cheap, but dang, I should have told her it was $5 each for each brush. But people, it just reminds me how flaky people are. If you give them a price that's low, they'll buy it. But don't do that. I would say, if you ever get an Etsy, do not undervalue your products. The way you price your item is you have to add up all of the supplies that you spent to make the product, and then divide it by how many products you made. So say, for example, you bought all the items that it took you to make a rhinestone tumbler cost you $20. And say, for example, you made 5 tumblers. Well, you know what? That's a bad idea. Okay, say, for example, you bought all your items for a tumbler, the rhinestones, everything, all the material used to make the tumbler was $100, and then you made 5 tumblers out of the products that you use. You would make sure that you charge those tumblers $20 and up, because $20 is $100 divided by 5 is 20, and $20 is what you would have to charge for your tumblers in order for you to break even. All right, moving on. Okay, so we were talking about what I plan on doing with Bling for the Bougie. So I talked about how I'm planning to move into a new space. I'm planning to make more DIY videos. And then finally, I did want to mention, if you guys had any questions about how I make certain stuff, and questions about running an Etsy shop, questions about, whatever it is in this video that you see, feel free to ask below. Please do not disrespect me in these comments, you guys. Please. Because I bite back, okay? I bite back and I do not hold my tongue. Please don't say anything crazy in these comments, because I'm a little unhinged when it comes to people being disrespectful. So, yes. And I will block you. And for any new page that you decide to create, I will block you again and again and again. I'm that type of person. Or I'll just turn my comments off and just move on. I really want this space to be where people can come in and just talk craft, ask business questions, all sorts of stuff. All right, so as you can see, next let's talk about what I'm working on right now as far as like the video. So as you can see, I am lining up the rhinestones around the eyes. You guys, this took 2 months for me to complete. Like all the video, all the clips that you're watching right now, it is 1 month's worth of video that I broke down into like 30 minutes. I know it's long. It might be tedious for some of you guys. If it's tedious, please click off because my videos will never be short. I don't care. But yeah, as you can see, I'm like speeding up really fast so that way I could so you guys can really see how I do this. And once again, I use Gem-Tac. The rhinestones, I will say I bought those from AliExpress. AliExpress is where I get everything because it's cheap. Okay, you guys. Or you can use Amazon. One thing about AliExpress, you have to kind of know how to shop there. If you don't know how to shop at AliExpress, stick to Amazon. Amazon, the only thing is I would say their rhinestones are a little bit on the pricey side. All right. So that's one thing about the rhinestones. And guys, I have tons and tons of rhinestones. Like when I tell you that I can create a rhinestone business. That's how much I have. But I will never sell my rhinestones. I'm always going to be creating projects and whatnot. All right, so now I'm going to the next scene. Right now I'm working on the flower. And once again, this jacket is from Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova has the best items when it comes to rhinestone with. As far as the product too, I love their jacket. Jacket is like a real nicely made varsity jacket or Letterman's jacket, whatever you want to call it. But theirs is not the real Letterman's jacket. It's just the imitation Letterman's jacket. A true Letterman jacket comes from like high school and colleges, the ones that they sell for like football teams and stuff like that. All right, so I'm still filling in the flowers and stuff like that. That looks nice. The rhinestone is really pretty. I do have to say that because it's glass rhinestones. Very cheap. They sell them by the pound, kind of. Well, not really. Not the. I take that back. They don't sell it by the pound. They sell it by the thousands. Thousands of individual pieces of rhinestones. All right. So now I'm doing the face, as you can see. And once again, y'all, this took months, 2 months, because I would stop and then after weeks will go by and then I'll go back to doing it. And every time, some parts I did not film because I just was sick and tired of working on it. It was like, I have to finish this. And finally I did finish it. And I would not recommend Gem-Tac for these type of projects. Oh, okay, looks like I'm about to show you the final product, you guys. Okay, well, my 30 minutes is halfway done, but this is the final product, you guys. I hope you enjoyed our little chit chat, and I will be talking to you guys more about it. As you can see, okay, that's weird. What is this clip? Yeah, that was supposed to be in front. Well, anyways, I'm going to end this video because I'm going to show you the final product again. Here you guys go. It's a slow version of that. And this was fun. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment below and let me know what you think. Toodles.